Right guys, episode 5, Strongest Man on Earth Prep. Today is Friday the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to all my American friends. Today is week 2, session 3 of my Strongest Man on Earth Prep. So it's my second press session of the week. This is the only session that I didn't show to you guys last week because it's my easiest session. So we are going to be hitting some strict log from the rack. We are then going to do some upper back and shoulder stability, and then we're pretty much going to call it a day, guys. So this session for me sits in between session 2 and session 4, which are my biggest sessions of the week. So this is kind of scaled back somewhat intentionally. But yeah, it should be a good session. Hopefully a better session than what yesterday was. So I didn't showcase session 2 yesterday. It was the trap bar deadlift session and it was shit, for the lack of a better word. In the spirit of full transparency, I'm not trying to showcase a highlight reel with this series. I'm trying to be real with you and give you an insight into what it takes and stuff. I've been having like this reoccurring back issue, like lower back, QL, SI joint on my left hand side. I think it stemmed from World's Strongest Man, and it's just, it kind of comes and goes. But yesterday it was very much here, and it cut my session short, which was not ideal. Very annoying, but it is what it is. It feels better today. It's kind of locked up, which is to be expected. So we will jump in, we'll do some movement prep for that specific area, get that all fired up and prehabbed, and then we will get stuck into the main components of our session. So probably won't show any of the movement prep today because it's all stuff that you would have seen in previous videos, but get the glutes warm, get the back released off, do other little bits and bobs that I need to do for this little niggle that I have, and then we will get stuck straight into some strict log. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? Oh, right, that's my movement prep and my prehab stuff done. So I did a bunch of stuff for my QL/glutes issue, and it feels better. So I've definitely received some short-term relief, which it reminded me of a conversation that I had with one of my clients the other day. So I figured I'd mention it on here now, just in case it provides you guys with a potential knowledge bomb. If you have a niggle or an injury, sometimes it could be easy to assume that it's that particular muscle in isolation that is an issue. So for example, with me, it could be very easy to assume that my QL is the issue. My QL hurts, it feels tight, it feels like I need to release it off. But sometimes that might be the case. It could be as simple as that, but more often than not, it's a bit more complex and it takes a little bit of problem solving. So the offending muscle could not be the muscle that actually hurts. So in my case, it's my glute. My glute on that side is underactive. It's not doing as it should. And in turn, your body is very clever. It will compensate and it will find a workaround. So it will displace the load that glute's not picking up, and it will put it somewhere else, usually onto a muscle that can't cope with it, and it will exceed its load tolerance, and ultimately you're going to piss off that muscle. So long story short, it's not my QL that needs fixing, it's my glute that needs waking up and addressing. So get that glute firing, get that glute working as it should, and kind of use and take on the workload that it should be doing, and then in turn it offloads the QL settles, problem solved. So there's a tendency for people just to, if they feel a tightness, feel a muscle that's presenting them with symptoms, to just address the symptoms, to massage it, to do whatever they need to, but that will only provide short-term relief sometimes, and you really do need to look at what could potentially be the underlying cause. So I'll give you another quick example. If your knee hurts, your knee might not be the issue. Sometimes you need to look up or down the chain, towards the hip or towards the foot and the ankle, and if there's dysfunction there, that could probably or more likely be what's causing or presenting you with issues in your knee. So niggles, injuries and stuff, they're very rarely black and white. It's very rarely just an injury in isolation, unless obviously you're training and you feel a pop, but that pop could be because there's dysfunction underlying somewhere that you've not realized. So yeah, there you go, boring knowledge bomb. Let's do some log, shall we? Strict log. I'll get warmed up and then we will get stuck in. Right, I think that was 9 reps. I'm terrible at counting, but I won't lie to you, I was shooting for 10. And I was also planning on putting my head through on the final rep, but we didn't get there. Nonetheless, quite happy with that. Still early doors in prep. Raw pressing power is right up there with probably all-time high at the moment. I'm feeling quite strong in the press anyway, so in a really good spot. No pain is always a good thing. Back's fine. So onto some accessories and then call it a day. Right guys, I'll have to be quick because my kit died and my phone's about to die. So you'll have to excuse the poor audio. But session done, really productive session. Put me in a much better mood after last night's shit session basically. Strict log, managed 9 reps on the third and final set. Would have liked 10, but 9 reps puts my raw pressing power right up there with the highest it's ever been at the moment. And considering we're only 2 weeks in, that's a really good sign for what's to come. Then just hit some upper back and shoulder stab work to finish. So you would have seen power raises, rear delt flies, just to hit the upper traps, the rear delts. And then I really liked the dumbbell pullover, especially because I was actively bridging at the glutes. It kind of locks in that lower body. So then all of the stretches coming through sort of my serratus into my lats and stuff. Obviously key players for overhead stability and a good stretch as well. And then finished up with the pec fly iso, also a very good stretch. And I'll butcher the explanation now, but the reason why we do this is because your nervous system will basically remember the last position that you attained in the training session. And I spent that whole session making my pecs shorter. So what we want to do is get some length back through those tissues at the end of the session to put us in a good position. So I hope that makes sense anyway. It makes sense in my head. But yeah, that's the session, guys. I'm going to have to wrap this up real quick because all my kit's going to die. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, flower emojis. I'll probably vlog tomorrow's session, even if I do have to just chop and change it, depending on how my body feels. But I feel like it would be good to show you the ups and the downs of this Strongest Man on Earth prep. So yeah, that's it, guys. Oh, good luck to every athlete competing tomorrow. Giants Live Strongman Classic, Royal Albert Hall. I'm gutted that I'm not there as an athlete or a spectator, but it's going to be an awesome show. So I wish you all a great performance, no injuries. Big shout out to my boy Ben Glasscock, one of the first Team Flowers athlete to represent at an international Giants Live. He's going to absolutely smash it. So go and show him some love as well. And that's it, guys. Until next time.